Ah yes, the movie Shrek, released in 2001, possibly one of the most iconic soundtracks of any animated movie ever made. But did you know that several emo bands had their songs rejected by the Shrek soundtrack? Fall Out Boy, Angels and Airwaves, and Weezer all had songs rejected from Shrek soundtracks. Let's dive into a little bit more of what happened. In a podcast with Dax Shepard, bassist Pete Wentz elaborated on the fact that Bang the Doldrums from the band's third studio album, Infinity on High, was originally written for the Shrek franchise.
Well, so the first time we wrote, I'll just give you the abridged version. It was like in 2004, 2005, for Shrek, they had temped in, what did they tempt in? Like, it was like, not Beatles, it was, I don't remember what it was. They'd tempt in a song, and maybe it was Stones, and, we met with like, Katzenberg and like all, like whatever. Sure. And like, they're like, this is the song that's temped in. And we saw the like rendering and it looked weird and like the song was cool or whatever. Yeah. And then we go back to the studio and we're like, well, they asked us for that.
Right.
But they don't know that that's what they want. We should give them what we think.
Okay, yeah, right.
They want. And you can imagine how well that went.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like they ended up using like the Stones song because they're like, whatever.
Yeah.
The song that we did that was going to be for Shrek, we did, with Butch Walker, who's a super musician, like one of my favorite people, one of my favorite producers, and we just weren't listening.
On an Instagram Live with Tom DeLonge, Tom mentions to a fan that the song Everything's Magic from the band's second album, I Empire, was originally written for Shrek 2.
And our exit song was actually Everything's Magic.
Oh my gosh. Wonderful. It's like a fairy tale.
Yeah.
You want to know what's funny? I wrote that song. They asked me to write a song. No one knows this backstory. They asked me to write a song for Shrek 2.
Oh my God.
And it's like a fairy tale. And I was like, well, everything's magic, and then they didn't want to use it. This little argument broke out between Katzenberg, the producer. They had a little argument, and it looks like I lost the argument, or my song did. But I'm happy, though, because I think it went out and had a life of its own without being associated with animation, I guess, so.
Yeah. But yeah, we got married and it was just, honestly, we're just like, we need to have this song. So.
Well, that's awesome. Well, thank you for sharing that with me.
Ogres are like onions. End of story. Bye-bye. See you later.
And finally, that brings us to the song My Best Friend by Weezer. Featured on the album Make Believe, released in 2005, in a band commentary, Rivers revealed that this song was originally meant for Shrek. In a quote, lead vocalist Rivers says, "Yeah, that song has some weird karma with Shrek. I remember I originally wrote it about some guy I met, and then the producers to the sequel of the film asked us if we had a song, and then I thought, oh yeah, I remember that song, let me think about showing it to them. And they actually thought it sounded too much like it was written for Shrek. Because this guy was kind of ogreish, and he made me laugh." Then confirming that he changed the lyrics, to which Rivers says, "So I had to change the lyrics so it sounded less Shrek-like." To which guitarist Brian Bell added, "I think at the moment when the Shrek people wanted it, it wasn't complete either, and that would have been the version that would have been the first Weezer song people had heard in 3 years. And it wasn't actually finished the best it could have been, so it's a blessing that we got to work on it a little longer." The song was ultimately not used in Shrek 2 in favor of Accidentally in Love by the Counting Crows. The band would later contribute to the Shrek Forever After soundtrack with a cover of the Monkees song I'm a Believer, and this song was later featured as the end credits music for the 2010 movie Yogi Bear. With Shrek 5 scheduled for an official release in 2026, what songs do you hope make it into the new movie? Are there any artists that you think should make a song for Shrek? Let me know in the comments below, and stay tuned to Common Revolt for more videos just like this one. Happy 2025.
Yeah, what a concept. I could use a little bit of myself and me.